Welcome back to Midcap Radar. Let's now put the focus on Ola Electric. The company has announced the launch of its Network Partner Program. This program is aimed at taking the EV revolution further into Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. To discuss this, as well as concerns that users have raised regarding service center operations, we have Harish Abhichandani, the CFO at Ola Electric, with us. Good afternoon, Harish. First of all, thank you so much for joining us. First up, talk to us about the Network Partner Program that you've just announced. How does it help your internal targets to achieve further sales, and how do you see it help EV penetration into Tier 2, Tier 3 cities?
Good afternoon, Vivek, and thanks for having me on the show. I think our unique, front-end strategy continues to, grow and expand, significantly. We have always had a very unique front-end strategy of direct to the customer channel, and this is just taking it to the next level, very deep penetration across the ecosystem. So this is how we have kind of further enhanced that strength in our strategic roadmap.
Okay. So, Mr. Abhichandani, this is the front end of the business that you're taking care of. I just wanted to come back. There's a brokerage note coming in today from HSBC, which talks about how they visited multiple Ola service stations, and most of them were overwhelmed by service requests. So, while you're taking care of the front end, what happens at the back end? How are you planning to sort that issue? Because there have been a lot of service requests issues that the customers have been facing.
No, Sonal, I think the point is on the service, we'll continue to invest. We are continuing to expand our service centers. We have a little under 600 currently, and they are getting ramped up as we speak. And the same HSBC note also talks about how we are doing the right strategy on execution on service centers. So that investment in service centers is, very strong investment parameter for us. We are, that paramount interest from a customer perspective. So that's very much on the roadmap, and it's executing as we speak.
Harish, we take that point on board. What we want to understand is what is the kind of investment, number one, you're putting in service staff, number two, in spare parts, and also in expanding your space. Also, the same note also mentions that 6% of your total revenues was actually a warranty cost. Now, FY25, FY26, FY27, how do you see that particular component play out as part of your total sales?
So 2 points you made, Vivek. One is on warranty cost, and the other is how are you looking to invest in multiple segments of our service ecosystem. So see, if you look at historically how our warranty costs have always improved quarter on quarter as we have moved from Gen 1 to the Gen 2 platform. And that is behind us. The second is, as obviously I cannot share forward-looking numbers for FY25, 26, and 27, but it's the best-in-class benchmark from our investment perspective. And of course, we use a lot of technology in our service ecosystem because our scooters are extremely high on tech. A lot of the issues around software, etc., are handled remotely from our tech network centers.
Okay, so now that you're looking at expanding this network, right, in Tier 2, Tier 3 cities so that EVs see more penetration going on there, will you have to increase the investments that you'll see on service centers, Mr. Abhichandani? And the second part of the question is you do have a lot of launches coming up. It is one of the highest that we have in the two-wheeler industry as well. 14 lined up for you versus peers like Honda, they have 6, Bajaj has 6, Hero has 14. So in that case, do you think you need to fix the service issue first before seeing more launches in different segments?
So the point on products, our focus on the end ICE part of our strategy is very, very strong. And in that direction, we have kind of led the scooter, the EV space in the scooter segment. We will drive the leadership again in the motorcycle segment. You have seen, and you rightly pointed out, there are a slew of launches coming up across the motorcycle ecosystem. And that will continue. On the service, for us, it's a continuous process. We are ramping up service, as I said. There will be investment in that space across the country. We have right now almost 800 of our own stores. We are launching up with this new partner network. 625 partners have already signed up. They'll ramp up to around 1,000 by the festival season and up to 10,000 by next year. And many of these will also have co-located service centers across. So we are significantly ramping up our service network across the nation.
What kind of investments will you have to make, Mr. Abhichandani, on this and the network expansion that you're looking at? Any number that is, yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, no, sorry. See, the way we have functioned both across the front end and you see our D2C model and even the network partner expansion, which we've announced today, they are very efficient on CapEx. And a lot of our service centers, we follow a very different model on a hub and spoke across the cities. We have a very strong kind of tech backup to enable a lot of this service remotely. So our investments are absolutely efficient. Honestly, I won't be able to share any CapEx numbers on this call, but it's extremely efficient, but expanding very rapidly.
Mr. Harish, the other thing that a couple of analysts have pointed out is while you have the strongest pipeline as far as the electric two-wheeler market is concerned, even the incumbents have actually launched quite a few launches, and they have come in at more attractive price points. In fact, the note also mentions that your market share has actually declined to 27% from 31% that was in August. We're talking about the month of September. So are you a little worried about market share erosion that you're seeing on the back of incumbents also, upping their game in the electric space?
See, we welcome the expansion of the EV ecosystem, and our thought on the end ICE aspect has always been consistent throughout our journey. Incumbents coming in with EV launches, it only expands the EV ecosystem. It creates more customer awareness, etc. And as far as you mentioned about the margins, etc., if you look at the latest Bernstein report, which was out, and you'll see the differences in the margin design we operate in and the margin structure of some of our competitors. And that is consequent to the way we have led our investment strategy and technology across the last 3 years.
Okay. So, when we talk about newer products, we are talking about how you're spending on the service side and the product side as well. Ultimately, what investors want to know is what happens with free cash flows and profitability or the break-even point. A Goldman Sachs report says you'll be able to achieve that by 2030. A few of the reasons, of course, is operating leverage. The second would be the battery costs are coming down. Is this a fair assumption by Goldman Sachs? By 2030, you'll be able to do that because that's also far away. Or do you think it'll be before that you'll be free cash positive and earnings will be positive as well?
See, no comment on the Goldman Sachs projection. It's their own model, so I would refrain from commenting on that. You see my Q1 numbers, and we have reported segment numbers for both auto and cell, and the Q1 numbers of segment clearly shows the segment is almost at a break-even level. It's -2% EBITDA at a segment level. So our numbers continue to demonstrate the strength of investment we have done in the past on technology and the scale, and that scale operating leverage is kicking in even as we speak.
Okay, so yes, so do you have any target 3 to 4 years down the line, maybe it'll be free cash positive, or will it be more than that? If it's a ballpark idea that I'm trying to understand here.
I mean, honestly, I won't be able to give a comment on future cash flow numbers.
Your internal targets that you have set in place?
We always have very strong internal targets, so I won't really comment on the targets numbers.
Harish, just one more question. Quite a lot of the projections have been made taking into account that there will be some incentive schemes that will continue as far as government is concerned. But in the last couple of months, we do understand that these incentive schemes are tapering out. So will that further delay your path to profitability?
See, we have always built our financial design and business design in a world where incentives may or may not be there. I think the government has done incredible, kind of job in terms of promoting the industry. They have had FAME 1, FAME 2, and now with the upcoming PM E-Drive, I think the government has done incredible investment in this space. And it is incumbent on the industry to actually build on that and deliver, the strong business design. And while the PLIs are there, the FAME is a consumer subsidy. We are entitled for both the PLIs, the auto PLI and the cell PLI. So we are very uniquely positioned that way. But I think the government has done enough from an investment perspective. It's for the business to have its own design to sustain beyond the world of incentives and subsidies. And that's what we always are focused on.
Okay, all right. So we take that point, Mr. Abhichandani. Thank you so much for joining in today with all those details and answering all those questions. That's the word coming in from Ola Electric about the new network service or the expansion that they're looking at in Tier 2, Tier 3 cities, and also about the service issues of some of their products. We'll slip into a short break. Up next, we'll connect with Manas Agrawal, the research analyst at Sanford C. Bernstein. Sources suggest PB Fintech plans to enter the healthcare sector with own hospital chains. We'll understand the impact on the other side.